In a quiet village surrounded by golden wheat fields lived a donkey named Benny. Benny was strong, healthy, and capable of doing good work, but he had one terrible habit. He never thought before he acted. Benny worked for a kind washerman named Thomas, who washed clothes for the entire village. Every morning, Thomas loaded a bundle of laundry on Benny's back and walked down the dusty road to the river. Benny's work was simple: carry the load, wait patiently, and carry it back. But Benny always wanted shortcuts. He hated routine. He hated waiting, and most of all, he hated being told what to do. One summer morning, as Thomas washed clothes at the riverbank, Benny grew impatient. "Every day the same thing," Benny grumbled. "Carry clothes, wait, go back. Why should I work so hard?" Just then, Benny noticed something on the other side of the river, a strange glowing shape moving between the bushes. His curiosity overtook his sense. Without thinking, Benny walked straight into the water toward it. "Benny, stop! Come back!" Thomas shouted. But Benny ignored him. He wanted adventure. He wanted excitement. Halfway across the river, Benny slipped. The water rushed over him, soaking all the freshly washed clothes. By the time he scrambled out, the clothes were dripping wet again. Thomas was furious. "Benny, you foolish creature! I washed these all morning!" But Benny only mumbled, "I thought I saw something interesting." Thomas sighed. Curiosity without wisdom is trouble. For the rest of the walk, Benny sulked, convinced he had not done anything wrong. The next day, Thomas loaded salt onto Benny's back to take to the market. As they walked, the donkey remembered how light the load had felt when the clothes got wet. A clever, or rather foolish, idea sparked in his mind. "If I fall into the river again, the load will become lighter." Without warning, Benny jumped into the river deliberately. Splash! The salt dissolved instantly. Benny laughed proudly. "See? Much easier." But Thomas immediately understood what Benny had done. "You foolish donkey! This salt was expensive. Do you know how much money I just lost?" Benny looked confused. "But I didn't want to carry such a heavy load." Thomas realized that simple scolding wouldn't help. Benny needed to learn a lesson. The following morning he loaded the donkey not with salt, but with sponges. Huge, thick, water-soaking sponges. Benny felt relieved. This is even lighter than the clothes. On their way home, they reached the same river crossing. Benny thought, I'll show Thomas how clever I am." With a big grin, he leapt into the river. Splash! Within seconds, the sponges sucked up water like thirsty beasts. They grew heavier, and heavier, and heavier. Benny's legs trembled. His back bent. He could barely climb out of the river. By the time he reached the other side, he collapsed in exhaustion. Thomas stood over him and said gently, "Benny, shortcuts do not make life easier. Thinking before acting does." From that day on, Benny changed. He stopped jumping into rivers. He stopped chasing strange shapes. And he finally understood that foolishness makes hard work even harder, while patience and wisdom lighten every load. Moral: shortcuts made without thinking turn small problems into big ones. Wisdom begins with listening and thinking before acting.